Welcome back to Farming Simulator and the Everything Challenge on the No Man's Land map. Currently up in our grass field, I suppose you would call it, paddock. Doing a cut ready to then bale into silage. Might as well utilize the grass while we have it. We've never actually cut this field at its full length yet, so it's kind of cool that we've got around to that. What are we doing today, apart from this silage stuff? We need to finish off making the fields that we started last time. Just jump into a tractor and get a plow out and carve out some big boxes. That shouldn't take too much time. The other important thing to do is it is January and it is peak month for selling things. So there's a lot on the list. Bread, cake, cheese, chocolate, lettuce, tomato, strawberries and triple soup. So 3 of those, lettuce, tomato and strawberries, are all set to auto sell or distribute, so we don't have to do those, but there's a fair few on the list. I was playing around before, just seeing where things are and what's up, and I have noticed that we are hitting the pallet limit, so we're going to have to do something about that. We may actually just have to sell some stuff at a lower price and accept that that's what's required. The other option is to get down a warehouse. There is a mod out there that lets you make it like a very warehousey type thing. I'm dragging a tree there. So that may reduce the pallet limit because they won't be spawned out anymore. So we can look into that. Wonder when that poplar is ready. It's got to be soon. So I'm going to let the AI do this now that we've let that tree stop being dragged. So let me jump out of there. And at some point we'll come around and pick up all that grass. Let's deal with the paddocks first, or new farms. Grab our handy lizard plow, which allows us to make fields. And let's run over to the new area over here. I suppose it's in the east. So all that grassland we can see in front of us can be turned into a new property. One thing I do want to do, this is our sugarcane farm, is I do want to make this a little bit wider. I'm just going to line up this to 90 degrees and put one stripe in it. You can see, I don't know if you can see very easily, but there is a whole lot of planted trees there on the right hand side, so we can probably afford to do one more stripe before we encroach into that. Of course, we will have to put sugarcane into this field as well. From this point onwards, I'm going to give up on stoning. I'll let it damage the harvesters and everything. It is getting quite laborious, and with the amount of land that we own, I'm just not interested in doing that anymore. So you will see me use the plow, but I'm not going to use the stoner anymore. Yes, it does make money when we put the stones in the gold mine, but just the time, we're owning so much land, it is a little bit too much right now. So getting this on 270 degrees, and we'll get another stripe in. We'll have to pull that bale out of the way. I think we're close enough to those trees that we can still get around, like drive past them, but yeah, it should be fine. I think I'm just going to use super strength to move that bale. Yeah, I'm just going to use super strength. So using the lumberjack mod, you just hold down Alt twice, you tab it twice, and that changes it from normal to super. We'll just leave that about there. Yeah, you can see that the circle's white, and if I hit Alt twice, you can see it goes to grey. So quite a low impact way of changing between normal and super strength. Alright, let's get this one more stripe. I think a lot of these trees in front of us we should probably cut down. We'll maybe do that a little bit later. And I think, you know what, all those small ones in front of us I think are all candidates to go. I think this field is long enough. I don't think I want to make it any longer than that. This is the field we used to experiment with the premium expansion, so that was kind of cool. Looks like the workers completed their task. They've done the the mowing. Let's see if we can get it to do the baling as well. Let's just tap across there. Alright, so they went the wrong way. So let's see if we can get them to do up the hill as well. Oh, actually, they didn't miss too much. Yeah, okay, let's see if we can get them to do the rest. Put that down. Put the back down, turn it on. Alright, worker, do the rest for us. Alright, so this area, we need to make 3 fields. So what I'm thinking is one that's parallel to this, and we'll go all the way as far as we can, maybe into the trees a little bit, and we'll go really wide. So I'm using this as a tree area down here. So we can go all the way across, down, that. So that'd be quite a big field. It would be good for something like oats or corn or something like that, something where you want a fair bit of yield out of it. What I am going to do is find my tree line. So because this field to the left is done, we do it this way, we need to have U-turn space. And much also the same thing goes with the sugarcane. We need U-turn space. So I worked out at some point what that is and made a tree line up here, and here it is right here. So realistically, this needs to have maybe a blade width next to it. So the field needs to start about here. So around there. So using that as a guide, I'm going to run down the far end. Actually, we can actually do this right now. I'm just going to draw a straight line down the whole property, and then we'll work out where to cut it across. We're on 180 degrees. That will do. So let's go all the way down to the bottom, and then we'll use the construction tool to make some pass through the middle. So yeah, let me start a very big time lapse with a whole lot of jump cuts, and we'll get these 3 fields all made.
Didn't I wait for you? Didn't I say I'm sorry? Didn't I do the best I could? You have high expectations. Don't I know that you've explained it? How I should prove myself to you. But I can't when I'm with you. I need to live again. But I can't when I'm with you. I need to find my way by myself. I cannot wait until you hear my story. I cannot wait until I burst. If I could have a day without no worries, maybe I'd figure out a way to stay. Didn't I put you first? Didn't I reassure you? Did you ever do those things for me? I don't mind complicated, but the line is crossed. I'm waiting for a sincere apology.
I'm going to pause right here. My plan was to make another stripe across here and make this a path. So we have one field here, and one over there. But there's one more piece of land way over there that we're going to pick up. And we need 3 new fields, not 4. So I'm tempted to make that big one there and a big one here. And not worry about having this smaller one on the end. That way we can get some pretty good field sizes when it comes to like corn and oats, some of the bigger crops. So we could say, hey, this is wheat, this one's barley, and that one is oats, for example. And then, yeah, and then keep some of the smaller crops to some of the smaller fields near home. So let me just jump in here and turn the engine off. What I did notice was the worker has finished. Let's get some baling started. Alright, so let's set this up on the far side so it has the biggest chance of success. We'll lower the windrower, turn it on, turn the baler on. The baler's set to 150. And so it will make silage bales. So because the windrower is on the front, it should track up and down the width of the windrower each time. It won't necessarily follow the swath lines. It will just do a 10-meter increment. And you'll notice that it's slowed down. It's because we've got the round baler expansion or round baler extension mod, and that automatically modifies the speed so that everything goes along at the right speed for baling. I'm not sure if automatic drop is turned on. It is not. We'll turn that on. And so we'll hand that off to a worker, and in theory they should go up and down on 10-meter increments and slow down because of that extension mod, and drop things off, and hopefully they'll do a U-turn and all that stuff successfully. And it didn't work. Well, we're gonna have to come back to that manually. Let's jump back to the what's it called, the fence, and get some fields made. We'll see you through another little time lapse, a lot of jump cuts at the end of this, and then we can have fun with selling some goods in the market. With a stripe, that's the end of making these two new fields. Took a fair while, maybe even an hour real time. I didn't actually look at the clock, but it has been a long time just going up and down. Along the way, I extended the width of that top field out a little bit to the right, same line that we had the grass cut to, basically all the way out to the boundary of the land that we own. Only little tricky thing is to pick up the head every time we go over the gap in the middle, so we don't destroy it. It looks like these fields are pretty big. If we look at the map, they're a good size. I'm using the cornfield up here as the comparison, and they seem to be about 25%, 50% bigger, which was my aim. I want to use these for corn rather than that top field going forward, just because we need a little bit more. That top field made about 40,000, and I'd rather we have like 50 or 60,000 of corn. Saying that though, it would be nice to have these three fields, that one right in front of us as wheat, this and one of these two as barley, and one as oats. So maybe that is their future. That top land where the corn is, I do want to buy it and expand that area. So maybe the way to get more corn is just to invest in that area up there. The tractor's been thrown around a little bit. I'm not sure why. It seems that when you're ploughing through areas that have already been ploughed, you're kind of just fighting the animation a little bit. We'll have to lime these still. We'll do that next time. We'll do that in February. To finish this month off, we'll just go sell a whole lot of goods. We're around midday, so the price should be pretty average, pretty high. I've had the time set to 0.5 because I just didn't want to lose the daylight. As it is, it's kind of like a grey, white sky. Not the best, especially in that direction. It's very white and bland. So just dealing with what we have. We should go over to our iron mine and see if we have any ore that we can transfer. We actually can do that right now. So that is that done. We can fold that up, And yeah, be really happy with that. Pretty easy to run a harvester or a planter through that. They're nice and square. At some point we'll have to put down some roads. And this is the extension bit I did. So you can see it's a little bit wider than what I initially laid out. If we look at the map, the property line, which is roughly the circle in that triangle, is way out here somewhere. So it's not too far out. I might be able to get one more stripe, but I'm not overly worried about being that pedantic about it. Let's run over to the gold mine and see if there's, not gold mine, the iron mine, and see if we have anything that we can auger across into the metal facility. I'm not sure what the draw distance is. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit. So, let's do that. So what we have to do is get into the AGI and then turn it on, much like you would a normal engine, and then turn it on much like you would a harvester. Because the time's running so short, I don't think we're going to have much material. So there we go. And we look at the bottom right corner. I've got 5,000. That's not too bad. I don't know if we've got any first pallet. No first pallets yet. At the start of last episode, this was placed more over here, where the circle is on my screen. So we did lose a little bit of production as we deleted it and moved it over there. I think we lost like 1,000 litres worth of production. But this will build up, especially if we increase the time. And we will get metal at some point. So let's run down home and get some bread, cake, cheese, chocolate, and those type of things all sold at the maximum price. Let's have a look at how much silage we've got, because that is looking very full. So looking at the bottom right corner, there's two numbers there. It's the 5,500 ones. So the silage ones are the ones that have fermented, and the grass ones are fermenting. So we have 144 plus another little bit, 150, 160, nearly 160 out of that. Actually, we only have 6 bales free, so that also justifies us doing something about it. So let's first have a look at the silage price. It should be maxed at this time of the month. So silage 334 maxes out in January. We can put it into our own methane production, which doesn't help. Silver Run Market, just around the corner, is slightly higher than the shop. So let's get our 24, which is a trailer's worth, and get them sold for starters. So we left the baler over here, well, not the baler, the loader for the bales over here for on the premise of doing the hill. But the AI didn't want to play happy there. So let me pick these up and we'll get them sold. That's the first trailer filled up, so let's get these sold. I think I might do at least 2 loads, so that'd be 48. I don't think there's any reason to actually keep silage around right now, so I think I might actually do 72, because we've got all those ones fermenting and the cows have plenty, and we're not using silage anymore for BGA reasons. I assume it's on this pad. Yep. Well, money is rocketing up. It's good to see. So 23 and 23. So what's that? $46,000 a load. All right, let's do that again. Get another silage 24 out. And let me load these up again. And that's another 24 loaded. Definitely going to do a third load in hindsight. Mainly because I want to get our loan paid down a bit. We are at max at 815 and we need to address that for sure. So we'll definitely do 3 loads here. We are fermenting a huge amount, so it shouldn't be a problem. So another load goes in. Another 46,000, so let's get another load. And that's the next load done. Get these sold. Pretty good for the bake balance, can't complain about that. I'm very, very worried about the pallet limit. I've got a feeling that we may be very, very close to it, if not already at it. How many do we have left? Jump out and check. So we've got only 5 left. That's fine. We'll leave those 5 in there. I do believe you can put pallets in these, even though I've been using it for bales. I do believe you can put pallets in it. Come on. How much are they to make those things? So under construction, silo, this one, $29,000. Yeah, bale and pallet storage. I am tempted to put another one down for pallet reasons, just to reduce our pallet count. Where could we put one that would make sense? I mean, could we do it over here, up against the wall? Yeah, we could actually terraform that, and it wouldn't be the worst thing. We could squeeze it in. Nah, it's not really going to fit there very well. I don't think there's many spaces around here where we could justify it. This is a very open space here. Maybe it's a matter of putting it way up here with the productions and getting all of these ones into a production facility up here just to keep their count down. That's not probably the worst idea. Yeah, we could just put it right here in the middle. And yeah, that would work quite well. We want it somewhere where we can get to the semi-trailers afterwards, so something very, very open like here would be a good idea. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to put this down here, and we'll push it back a little bit, and fill in some road around it. And we'll make that a little bit bigger. And yeah, sacrifice some of that road there. I think we can go, yeah, they'll get a little bit there. We'll keep that tree, but we will get rid of that bush a little bit. Yeah, and then we'll put the pallets that are up north into that thing and reduce our pallet count. And there we go. Quite the huge load. It's only about $90. Was it about $90 per 1,000 litres? Or even worse, 80. But these are quite big bales, so fingers crossed it's worth something. Get these. Actually, we should check where the highest price is. Is it here? No, it's actually at the farmer's shop. Let's get the extra... Well, actually, I've started unloading. I mean, for the sake of $2, whatever. And... yeah, 22,000. That's not too bad. Alright, that's that parked. So, what's next? Let's grab a forklift. Particularly this one. And we'll run up north. Alright, let's run around and pick up any pallets that are spawned and get them into that new silo, I guess you call it. Because yeah, we have a huge amount just sitting around, and that does affect the pallet limit a lot. Yeah, I'm seeing buckets and buckets and buckets of them. I think this is a half decent spot, I believe. Please work, please work, please work. Yes. So let me do this. We'll do this as time lapse. I think this might actually be fun to watch. I think that's the last pallet around here that needs to be moved. If I pick them up out of here, it's just going to respawn them, so the pallet count isn't going to change. I pulled out the big walls because it's actually the maximum of the month, and I want them to actually be produced so we can go sell them. Let's have a look at what we've got here. So, cereal, sugar, a couple of preserved things, potatoes, and prefab walls. Huh, that's only 57 things. I would have guessed it was higher than that. I was going to guess closer to 100. But it definitely will help towards the bale, not the bale count, the pallet count. So let's pull out these prefab walls and get as many as we can. Actually, let's just get the truck up here. We'll get these walls loaded. I have to remember to take the 2 out of the warehouse too. I'll eject them now so I don't forget. So prefab walls, get those out. Yeah. Now we could use the auto load feature of the trailer, but I am trying to avoid that, much like I'm trying to avoid super strength when it comes to things like the forklift. So let me quickly get these loaded. They're worth a fair bit each, so hopefully we can fill the truck up and get a lot of money. We have a lot of debt to get rid of. Ooh, this may not take that many. Let me get the ones out here on the ground first. Well, it's good that we have a lot. I don't know what the money factor is on these. I don't think I'll do it this episode to work out, but we should work out wood in what is the best thing to make. Is it walls? Is it planks? Ooh, that's only going to hold 5, maybe? Yeah, we should do that math at some point. This lizard forklift is doing a fantastic job. Able to take the weight quite well. Really a big fan of this mod, Lizard 45. Yeah, we're going to have more here than we can take, but that's alright. We'll just do what we can. I think we have one hanging around from the southern sawmill as well that needs to get loaded. We can do that in a separate load. We'll leave that one there, I guess. It can contribute to the pallet count. Nice. So, I think I'm going to need this forklift down south. Let me quickly drive that down south and I'll be right back to pick up the trailer. Since there's only one to pick up, this one on the right hand side is our to be saved one, but this one's new, so we can pick this one up. In hindsight, I should have picked that one up up north and just brought it with me. But we can do this one quickly. Another $9,000 in the bank. And the other one we can do quickly is cake and bread. I think there's only 1 or 2 hanging around, so we can pick them up quickly. That bread's the saved one. Yeah, there's 2 cakes here. We haven't sold cake before, so this will be our first cake sales. I assume cake gets sold at Silver Run Market, or is it going to be up the hill? So cake is, yeah, Farmer Shop slightly higher, and the day is waning on, so for the sake of $40, I don't care, so I'm just going to do it straight here. And get our first cake sales. Yum, yum, yum. 5,000, not a huge profit. And looking at my list, cheese and chocolate. So do we have any cheese and chocolate over here? We can do them quickly as well. So that's the dark one at the end's butter, and then we've got cheese here, and this one's chocolate. And then, okay, so we've got a couple to do. We can quickly do them. Once again, I'm just going to put it at the silver iron market. I don't care about the $1 or $2 difference. Bit of a forklift heavy episode here at the end. A bit of a difference from the boring up and down drudgery of the plow for the first part of the episode. 7,000. So there's a lot of those micro small amounts which individually they're not great, but if you do sell a lot, it does actually start adding up and being a decent amount. I mean, this is our money from our milk, which is our money from our cows. So this has cost us silage and hay and straw and all that type of stuff to make. So not a cheap material. Then also this literal cost of all of the tankers and the time. So yeah, this needs to make a fair bit of money. I mean, the cows alone are $700,000 for the facility, and we've probably spent another $100,000 on the materials. So yeah, this milk needs to make some money. Actually, even the sugar that goes into the chocolate needs to make some money. And what was that one? That one's butter. Yep, so that can just get moved to the end of this pile. Yeah, this is why we have a pallet spawn limit problem, because we do have a lot hanging around. And oh, we do have some bread. It just never stops. I mean, it's great that there's money coming in. One more there too. A bit more money. I really want that pile over there to be sold. I think it's July, so it's a fair way away. Did I get that in the spot? I don't think that's in the spot. We'll push it over next time. Let's get that one last piece of bread. Yeah, this is where an auto-loading trailer would be nice. You could just drive around, pick everything else up. Yeah, it's the problem is you will have to sort some of the piles. Some you do and some you don't want to sell straight away. Alright, let's get that semi-trailer down here. Strap those on. 5 prefab walls. We can close that up. Alright, let's get these sold. Squeeze in here. Do a slow roll over the pad. $44,000. And the last thing to do is the triple soup. So we'll just use this forklift to push the potatoes out of the way because we don't want them right now. And let the triples spawn. So let's get these triples loaded. And that, I think, with that one up there on the wall, will be the last two. And this needs to be a lot because it basically has to pay for the premium harvester, which costs us like $30,000 to rent, I think it is. So we do want a lot of these to be spawning. Let's double check that is configured right. We want it to be now making potato, because between now and I believe it's July, we want to focus on that. So yeah, currently triple shoot is turned on. There's still a little bit hanging around, but we actually want potato to be built up now. We'll turn triple off for a sec and let potato be the focus. Looks like we've emptied everything out of storage. Let's jump in the truck. Ooh, that is a lot of soup. We'll strap it on. 90,000 litres. Last two episodes have been really fun, where we... Ooh, that is heavy. Where we made that huge new field area, put 2 new farmlands on it, and then we finished off January with a huge amount of money back in the bank, and we'll use this to help pay off the loan. This is skyrocketing up, and the grand total is going to be $190-ish thousand. That's really good. I think we, as I said, we needed about 150 to make it worthwhile, and we still have tons of material in that facility, so definitely have made some decent cash with that. And that will be the end of the episode. Next time we will probably be dealing with this sawmill. We'll be getting rid of it and moving on to having another silo down this end. So we'll have this pallet storage, and I actually will probably use a warehouse mod this time rather than a pallet storage. Our grass and everything is going great. Alright, so don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll see you next time on the Everything Challenge as we move into February. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.